Wait, I need to. How do you put this thing's heavy. There, my pinky's up.
She's crafty too.
Welcoming Josh, aka Tiffany IBS.
Hi.
To Crafty Tea Talks podcast. This is the first chapter ever.
Ever?
Oh
my gosh, I'm so honored.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. Like, I went to go see the live show, the musical, and everything. And so the weekends just go by faster. They go by faster every day. Like, honestly.
Oh my God, time is moving so fast.
I know.
So tell me a little bit about Josh, the creative.
Josh, the creative. So a little bit about me is, I'm just gonna. Do you want me to go? I can go, and I'm gonna go in kind of in the back first, and then work my way up.
Yes.
So the creativeness of Josh started obviously in high school in art class. Finding my way, finding my creative wavelengths and everything. I was not good at art. I'm not going to lie. Even my art teacher would say that. Josh, you're not good at art. You're just like rushing it to get it done. And it wasn't until like grade 12 when I was just like, oh, actually, I can actually like make a career and like be like really creative with this. And then that's why I decided to go to college for art.
Yeah. Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Chetwynd, BC. So that's like literally 3 hours from Grande, Prairie.
So then you moved to Grande Prairie to become an art student. And at the time it was GPRC?
Yeah, at the time it's GPRC. And I think in my third or second year, they switched and rebranded to NWP.
The coolest thing about you is that you branded yourself.
Definitely.
Right?
Yes.
And I think that's the smartest thing any entrepreneur or authentic person can do. Tell us a little bit about Tiffany IBS.
Tiffany IBS started in college when I saw a lot of drag and everything. I decided I was like, okay, let's like make a character. I'm going to say this on here, and this is only for these people's ears. My name actually wasn't always Tiffany IBS.
Okay, so what was it?
I changed my name. It used to be Tiffany Taylor.
Tiffany
and then
Taylor.
I was like rocking with that for a little bit. And before my first show I ever did, it was like a community thing that I in Dawson Creek that I did.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
And I was like, Tiffany Taylor, it sounds like a really good name. And I got it from a drag name generator. But then I realized, I'm like, I need a name that's more personal to who I am.
Yeah, I totally get that.
And that's when Tiffany IBS came, because I was diagnosed with IBS when I was like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And I've had it ever since. My IBS girlies out there.
God, that must be so shitty. How do you handle the critics and the naysayers?
I will say two things about the critics.
Yes.
Obviously, they're your worst enemy, but they're also your best enemy, because critics kind of show you like the bad side, but they also show you what you can work on. Everybody knows like any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah,
whether
I
it's
actually
good,
have learned that
bad.
a lot lately.
And it's true. Bad publicity doesn't necessarily paint you in a bad light. It just kind of goes off of what you do and who you are. If you know deep it down inside your art and your kind of what you're doing is good, then just do it. Because no matter if you get hate or whatever, you'll always have those other people that are going to be like, actually, Miss Thing. No, this is good. So
yeah, and when you're not being true to yourself, you're like hindering every aspect of you, and then you're masking it, and then you're causing yourself trauma.
Exactly. I'm kind of glad for the critics, because like I said, if I didn't get critiqued, then I wouldn't know how to grow.
That's very true.
And it's very, very, very true, because with that whole like library situation that happened.
Hold on, can we talk about the library situation?
Yeah.
So Josh did drag story time with the kids. I brought my children there. It was a wonderful experience, but the kids were scared because outside of the library, there was a bunch of people, protesters with signs that were deathly threats. They did a couple harsh things. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, absolutely. So first of all, let's talk. I'm going to segue right into the signs, because I got there right when like the protesters were like just showing up. The signs that they were holding, it was like, you're a bad mother and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and drag queens don't belong in Alberta.
I'm like, girl, Miss Thing. So I was looking at these signs going in, and I was like, okay, first of all, for like new mothers who are bringing their babies and who already think they're like bad mothers, well, and like postpartum and everything.
Yeah.
That doesn't help them.
No.
And that's nothing against me. That's against them.
If you are thinking a certain way, because obviously these people think a certain way, that you're doing something wrong and you're doing this in front of kids. So what you're doing is just you're expressing yourself through art.
Pulling the firearm is not a good idea. This, the fox sees the goose. What are you guys thinking? So over
you
it.
going to college and not thinking that you were like into art and everything. Do you think that going to school to be an art student helped you become more of Tiffany?
Absolutely, 100%. Honestly, college art class is
Yeah.
what shaped Tiffany into what she was, because while I was doing art and working a job,
Yeah.
at night I would go on. I was actually doing drag in the UK, just online or whatever.
I
and
actually thought about that today.
and I would do drag shows at like midnight. And I get so many noise complaints from the other people in the dorms. Security guard was really tight, and I was like, I'm doing a drag show, like full drag, answering the door, like, hi, sorry, like.
Well, at least you like weren't having a rager and you weren't getting like wasted.
That's true.
You know, you were just
Making money. I was paying my rent, baby.
you were just making some content.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
and that's how it kind of gets started. I went through my booger phase in like private.
Yep.
Like none of that. I only have videos of me doing that. And so I went through like my makeup stages where my makeup looked really bad. Now it's like a process now. Like I've grown through that. And so I'm glad I can look back and be like, look how much I've grown. Like look
Yeah.
at that makeup I used to do versus now. Where I'm like,
I can relate to that because I look back about 8 years ago when I first started dancing on camera. I was like, oh my gosh. But I had it in my soul and I had to express it. And you know when you're a creator and you know when you're meant to make content. Tell us a little bit about you on TikTok.
TikTok like even before I started drag, it was a creative outlet for me. It was, and I started doing it like right when I was at home. I think that's where Tiffany got the lip syncing from, was TikTok, because everybody's lip syncing and
Yeah.
everything. So doing that, that was my first creative outlet right there and then, where I could like feel free to do my things and everything.
Yeah.
And then kind of TikTok, I like right now me and TikTok have a little bit of a hard relationship because I don't make content as much as I did.
Yeah.
But when I do, it's like it's amazing.
Yeah,
I love it. Like
of
I like
course.
make sure like I'm making sure I'm doing like the transitions, like keeping up with a little bit of trendy things. Maybe just randomly doing TikToks every like randomly.
So the lip syncing thing is essential to being a drag queen. In the future, are we going to see more videos of Josh lip syncing on TikTok? Yeah.
Maybe. I would love to post more stuff, but at the same time, I want people to come see my shows and pay me, you know?
Actually, yeah.
I don't want to
No,
give that out for free, because then if everybody sees it, they're like, oh, why did we go to the show? Why did we support this? And if I was able to do a show like twice a week, I wouldn't do that actually. I'm really happy with what I got now with like doing a show like every now and then, because then people really don't get to see me and they enjoy it a lot more when they can.
Maybe that's a limiting belief, because I think that if you are actually serious about being a full-blown drag, going on RuPaul, you know, being a contestant and stuff, you need to live and breathe your passion. And also, I think it could help you get out there more so people want to come see Josh more, because you can take it bigger. You don't have to just be limited to Grande Prairie. You could go to Edmonton, you could go to Calgary, you could go to Vancouver, you could be a traveling drag star in Canada.
You know what? I agree with it, but I just disagree with
Yeah.
it. For now. Like
Okay.
the term, like the key is for right now, because it's
Yeah.
just like, you know, I got a full-time job. I got 2 kids at home.
Your kitty cats.
My cats. But like, yeah, I would love to do that. But I think that's in the future. I think that's in
Yeah.
the future. For right now, I'm comfortable with what I'm doing. I can definitely take off. So
Yeah. Let's talk about your marijuana dress. Okay, so going back to college and your art experience, do you have any projects that stick out in your mind?
yes. In my sculpture class, I got to make a dress. Well, it was we got like for our final project, we got to kind of make whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
I decided to make a dress out of edible packets that I've used, because like all throughout college, I was like always going to class like super stoned on edibles and like going to class and painting. And that's the good thing about art class, is that like, sure, I didn't tell the teachers I was high, but I still went to class high, and I still passed. So
Do you think cannabis helps you be creative?
I feel like at that time it did.
Yeah.
At that time it did, because I didn't have to worry really about anything except for that and like doing my art. And it did help me
Yeah.
be a little bit more creative. Now, if you ask me that, probably not, because I have so much like anxiety towards it now.
And
But-
do you feel like you're just more connected to that side of you that, you know, you don't really need an outlet anymore?
Very connected to my artsy side.
Yeah,
'cause
that's beautiful.
Also, another piece that really stood out to me was You're wearing his shirt right now.
That you
Keith-
gifted me for Christmas because I was like obsessed with it every time you wore it. I was so surprised when you wrapped that up for me.
Really? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this to her because I barely wear it.
And it's a synchronicity too because it was meant for tonight. Who is this artist?
Okay, so that is Keith Haring. He's a New York artist. He is really, really big into like the AIDS movement, and he's an LGBTQ artist. Once you see his like stuff, it's very iconic. A lot of people know what it kind of looks like.
Keith Haring believed he could change the world. He had made anti-drug billboards, which I am huge on, going back to my past, you know, with drugs and everything. His art is actually very beautiful to me because I love graffiti.
Yes.
Graffiti is my favorite type style of art. I actually have a project for us to do. We have a 15-minute challenge. What message do you want to send to the people following you? Are you going to use your platform in the same sense?
Absolutely. I would use my platform in the same sense. That's what I do use my platform for right now is I want people who are like me, little gay farm boy, out on that farm with those chickens,
Okay, hold on. You have real life skills because of that.
No, literally I do. Like I know how to garden. I know how to raise animals. That's true. That's true. I'm a good cook too. So, but anyway,
Great cook.
My art, I always think of it as I want to be the person that I needed when I was little. So a little gay boy in Chetwynd, BC, little farm.
Yes.
And I look back at it now and I'm like, oh my gosh, like if I knew myself, like if my little Josh got to see me.
Your inner child.
Oh girl, he'd be living right now.
Well, your inner child is living right now.
It is, honestly. Like, and I love that I get to kind of live that and express that every day. I don't have to hide. I can be who I am.
Yeah.
I want to show people through my art and especially through drag.
Yes.
I want to show them life doesn't have to be so serious. It doesn't.
No.
Life doesn't.
And
like,
you can be happy.
Absolutely, yes. And so even drag is like a way to make what I think art is and translate it to people. Because somebody else's drag is not going to be the same as mine. And
Yeah.
I know that, and that's fine. That's why art's subjective. I love telling a story through my drag, comedy driven through my art.
I love the humor, and that's one thing I love about you is because you just get like in a room with you and we're dancing and we're laughing and it's such a good time. And that's actually one thing I'm really sad about because of copyright. But I would love to have some like Beyonce or some Lady Gaga on right now.
Exactly.
How do you feel about the latest Beyonce scandal right now?
What, the Cowboy Carter Grammy?
Yes, and that she doesn't deserve the
Okay.
album of the year.
You know what? If somebody else won, there'd be a whole other group of people saying, she didn't deserve to win! She didn't deserve to win! I think that she deserved her to win in her own right because that album tells a story.
That's exactly it.
It
It's
tells a
just
story.
it goes through your entire body when you listen to the entire work of it. It's so beautiful. And I'm sorry, but Girl B deserved to win that album of the year. She finally won one. And she is the hardest working performer on this planet.
I loved her reaction. She's like, oh.
And that looks so genuine. And people are like, that wasn't genuine.
was
And I'm like,
fake.
it
And I
was
was like,
so cute and genuine. Like, I love that.
I loved it. It was a deserved win. It was a deserved win. That's what I have to say.
So we know one of your favorite artists of art. What is one of your favorite artists of music?
Lady Gaga.
Yes.
Oh, Lady Gaga. Hands down. Like,
And you're excited for the rest of her album
are
to
you
come
kidding
out?
me? March 7th. March 7th. I'm so excited.
That's amazing.
Just her in general, she obviously speaks to LGBTQIA plus rights.
Yep.
And she fights for those people. And you can see that. And she does it in I'm a Little Monster. I'm a Little Monster. I am.
Put your paws up.
Put your paws up. So, but no, Lady Gaga speaks wonders to me through her music, and I feel like her album was the first time I actually listened to it, and I actually actually sat with it and was like, oh my gosh, like this is insane, like I love this, like damn.
So I've always been obsessed with Hollywood and music, and that's what I aspire to do is music. There was always this controversy of oh, in order to become successful and famous, you need to sell your soul. So I've been fighting with myself for over a year now about cutting music off and learning different styles and just going many places with it. What do you feel about that now that everything about that, like Lady Gaga and how she inspired you, do you think that she's someone that sold her soul?
I don't think so. She wasn't on the Epstein Island list, so
Say that to the camera.
she wasn't on the Epstein Island list. At least I don't think so. Don't quote me, but I don't think she was. But at the same time, like,
Search it up.
I haven't sold my soul.
And you're coming up.
I'm coming up, and I haven't sold my soul.
There's a whole new wave of artists coming up, but like that's a really passionate subject for me. And going back to Beyonce, I always felt like so connected to her, and I feel like I'm using my discernment now, and I could definitely get a lot of backlash for this, but I really don't think that someone that talented, beautiful, just with it could possibly be evil.
No, and like it's up to your discretion, honestly. Like, I think like I know you fought battles because I was there when you ripped your Beyonce poster up.
It breaks my heart to this day.
My soul.
I felt like I was
hurts.
breaking a spell because I was so obsessed with her, and then I had to break off and kind of find my own path as a musician, and
Then
it
you ha-
worked.
and then
And
you-
now I'm back, and I really wanted to cry with how mean people are on the internet. And right now there's a TikTok trend with her song Spaghetti.
I haven't heard Spaghetti yet.
And people are playing it and then saying, oh, this song won country. And it's like, it is country. Like the entire thing, there's like clippets of like horses and Texas Hold'em and like the sounds and the mesh. It's just beautiful. But
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to unpack there, though. It's just like some people think it is, some people think it isn't. It's all literally called Cowboy Carter. Like,
yeah.
and it has country, like it's very like country, but thing is that whole album's about like black music and like country music and everything, and that's why it tells a story and everything. So
And being February right now, it is Black History
Black
Month.
History Month.
And
It's Bees
also
Month.
being February, someone was born in February and a beautiful Aquarius.
I'm a beautiful Aquarius. I wouldn't have it any other way because
And I think-
Aquariuses are the best.
I think that's why we get along so well, because you're a Pisces. I'm a Pisces. You're a Pisces. You're a Pisces. I'm Aquarius. You're Aquarius. I'm a Pisces.
Well,
Just
Pisces
kidding.
and Aquarius are very similar signs.
They
like
are.
very similar. Like in the creative vibe, very
Yeah.
similar. And I feel like our wavelengths, like I need to show you this video on wavelengths, but the way wavelengths work, it's actually insane. Like frequency and everything.
Yeah,
like
everything
it's-
is frequency.
She knows.
I know, but like I just watched the video on it. It was insane. Like the way they explained it, I was like, it made perfect sense, and I was like, damn, like that's right. Like because some people are lower frequencies and some
Yeah.
people are higher frequencies.
So I think that's another thing about like music,
Mm-hmm.
because most music, like mainstream music, has like a certain hertz that goes into your like psyche and your chakras and leaves you at a lower vibration. But when I listen to Lady Gaga and Beyonce, like I don't feel that. I feel like I'm ready to dance.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm ready to just like vibe. So I don't know.
It's very dancey music, though.
That will definitely be a thing we continue to talk about.
Yes, it'll be an ongoing thing.
Always. So tell us about your merch and your collaborations with people.
I will say I only get my merch with local people here.
That's
I don't
awesome.
order it online. I always get like if I go to the farmers market, I have people from the farmers market make my merch, whether that be t-shirts, whether it be magnets, whether it be scenty things for cars, which I
Yeah.
did have when I told everybody it smelled like IBS, but it actually smelled like vanilla. It smelled like vanilla, not IBS.
Imagine.
Be like, I'm gonna stink up your car with the fart smell.
One thing I really like that you do is when you go to one of your drag shows, you do a contest.
Yes. I love audience participation because I remember sitting in assemblies and it's just the worst. And like audience participation,
worst.
that doesn't require knowledge.
Yeah.
It doesn't require knowledge.
Just
it just
fun.
requires you to have fun and be stupid. Like stupid. Like I love doing contests where it's like strutting contests. I did a reading contest once and I did terrible, so I'll never do that again unless it's like
You don't like reading out loud?
No, like reading, like your makeup is terrible kind of deal.
Oh,
like
okay.
reading.
Oh, like
Like throwing
slam,
shade.
like slam poetry kind of
like
thing.
kind of, but like throwing shade and everything.
Yeah.
I did that once and it turned out really bad because people are like, I don't want to be.
Was that when you were at the brew?
Grain bin?
The grain
I
bin,
was at
sorry, the
grain bin.
brew.
Yeah, the grain
Yeah, I actually
bin.
remember that.
There's some things I could say about that, but I'm not. They have new owners now, so. But
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
we're going to do an art challenge. Yeah. We got 15 minutes. We're going to use Sharpies and a graffiti art. Sharpies are my favorite medium to use.
I know I love Sharpies. The effect that Sharpies give.
15-minute art challenge. So this is really cool. I got this off the buy and sale yesterday. I was like, perfect.
Oh my gosh,
Another
so
synchronicity. Look at this.
Girl, it popped its pussy. Oh. Censor that out.
Censor that
You should bleep. You know what? That's the first curse word I said, so.
You're actually doing really good.
Yeah, it's actually surprising. 500 every day.
Okay, so
I'm
there's
like,
two in here that
bitch,
stuck
bitch,
out to me.
cunty.
Music.
Okay.
I will do music.
Okay, you do music.
And then there is art.
I'll do art.
Yeah.
I thought we get to make our own. I was gonna put IBS. Sharpies are
And-
lit. I'm not gonna lie. Sharpies are like.
Yes, I've been using them for a solid my whole life. And then also because I'm a mom, Crayola crayons.
Did you know? Little backstory. I was in
in the middle.
Oh, sorry. I'm like putting it farther away from you.
Retell us.
Okay. In elementary school, I was not allowed getting pencil crayons because the teacher said I did not color inside the lines. And I'm talking to you, Miss Mosby,
Mosby.
Mounsey, Miss.
What grade?
It was like grade 1.
Okay,
And I
so
remember they wouldn't give me pencil crayons, and I was pissed, so I stole somebody else's. I stole it from her desk, and I was like coloring with them. They're like, Josh, where'd you get those? And I was like, I got them because I deserve them. I wasn't allowed pencil crayons for the rest of the year, and I had to color with crayons.
so I took an art history class at the GPRC for about 2 weeks, and
I just want to open that.
then
sorry.
I copped out of it because I was like, no, I can't do this.
I took the same art history class, girl.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there was like this one part, there was like monuments or like a building, and it was like all white, like the detail, like the pillars, you know, like Renaissance kind of style, and it was all white. And then they painted it, and the teacher was like, I think it looked better white. And I was like, no way. Like, color. And the whole class like agreed with him, and I was like, ugh.
Wait, did you have Ed Bader?
Yeah, I did.
Shut up! No, you did not.
Yeah, I did.
He just retired, by the way.
What?
He just retired. Yeah.
Oh my
I had him
gosh.
too.
That's wild.
Honestly, okay. Shout out to Ed. Shout out to Ed Bader. He's actually pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie.
He's really cool. I follow his Instagram.
Me
and-
too.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay, we need to talk after this.
Yeah,
I need to
okay.
tell you something.
Oh.
Okay.
Is it about the Speedo?
No.
Okay.
He's a bodybuilder.
Yeah, I know. All right. Okay,
Okay.
let's pull it up first. Okay, so 15,
Oh, shit. Sorry guys, I already
15
started.
15 minutes starts now.
15 minutes isn't a long time.
No, that's why you gotta use your skills.
Yeah, 15 minutes art challenge, guys. Like,
We'll see what we can do. It's your lucky day.
There's actually exactly 15 minutes on this video.
That's hilarious. There we go.
but I hate the color green. I hate the color green.
Shout out to the
I don't hate the color green, but I try to use the color green less in my art style. It's weird. I've had that rule in my brain for like a long time.
I just don't know what it is about it. It makes me think of. Oh, it makes bleep this out, please.
I know we only have 15 minutes to do this, but I did bring you some bracelets.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
So I'm gonna take them and give them to you. I'm losing my nails by the minute. Here you go.
By the end, they're gonna be.
There's none left.
Okay, I'm gonna put one in each wrist.
Yes.
We got the
wrist it.
gay. We got. Ooh, my arm hairs. Ooh, my arm hairs. I felt that deep. That was deep.
I actually like to get my arm hairs waxed. It's been a long time since I've done that, but I really love that. And my face.
Okay, this is a little off topic, but I'm just gonna say this before. Josh, can you please lock in and help me finish my module?
Yeah.
Because it's
Is that locking in? That's you locking in, because you took off today to go hang out with friends
I
instead
had
of locking
plans
in.
that I forgot I've had plans for.
Yeah, okay, Tay.
I did.
Okay, well, lock
Josh,
in, I
you
guess.
know how long it's been since I've seen a rooster. Christmas Day.
Another nail just popped off.
Oh my gosh.
And my thumb is like popping right off. I've just always learned to like make sure my nails were did or done when I'm going on camera because I've had experiences where they're like ratchet and right now they're ratchet.
Oh my gosh, you know what? My mom used to always yell at me.
Why?
Cut your nails. You're not a girl. You can't have your nails that long. They look disgusting. Ew, boys don't have nails like that. I'd be like, that's a sign, Mom. Only gay boys grow their nails. And I was like, that.
Oh, hello.
Riley,
yeah.
can you go put a Suji, please? Riley's my girl.
My girl, my girl.
My girl, talking about my girl, my girl. Oh, that's what we could do to get some like music going here. Let's make a beat while we art it up. Just sitting here with.
I actually made a rap.
Oh, okay.
No.
Let's hear it.
No. I can't.
actually made a rap too. Yeah, let's hear it.
I made a rap, and it's about Tiffany IBS, because I'm like, I might as well start like, because no, it's
Do you know that by heart?
IBS. Yes, watch my pussy pop while I cut and dress. Yeah, there's a lot more to it, but
I love that. You know, I want to put out an album, and I'm going to. This is the year I do it.
Maybe it'll release right at the beginning of 26.
That's such a good idea. Yeah, because it doesn't have to be.
Plot it for this year and then release the whole thing.
Well, I'm already like working on it, and I have been like since
Yeah,
the beginning.
That's what I mean. So
It's
plot
like-
it, have the whole plot and have it, even if it's done before the end of 2025, release it.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be like mastered or anything. It could just be me making music, just doing things. So I have the equipment now to record, and yeah, there's nothing stopping me. You know, half the time, nothing is stopping you, just your own mindset.
yeah, it's your inner saboteur.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it is your inner saboteur. It's just like, or it's the way
The
that
fear in your mind.
or it's the way you think people are going to perceive you.
Yeah, but you know what? Who actually cares? If you think about
You know what the thing is? I feel like that comes with age, though, because in high school, I remember being
That's
very,
so true, especially
very.
the way I'm viewing the world right now through the eyes of my daughters. God, it's so frustrating when you're like, "You're beautiful," and they're like, "I need this or this and this." Blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, you don't
Mom,
realize how pretty you are.
Would you by chance buy me a broom?
It's funny that you said you hate green, and now I'm like, I'm using green.
It's okay. I use green too.
I can't believe I actually had to hold this the whole time.
That's okay. You're a professional.
No, like, look at, this is what I've been doing it for.
That's okay. You're a professional. How many minutes do we have left?
We have 9.
9 minutes.